Good evening and welcome to the Albert Hall Conference Centre here in Nottingham. It is match night 5 of the UK's first ever National Badminton League, and the fixture that we'll be watching this evening, University of Nottingham Badminton versus Surrey Smashers. There are just 2 match nights of the regular season to go, this one tonight here in March and one more to come at the end of April. Places are up for grabs in June's Championships finals to be held in Crawley. It is a race to finish in the top 4 is really hotting up. This is the 3rd fixture we've had in this wonderful venue in the heart of Nottingham here at the Albert Hall. Nottingham have played 2 here, they've won 1 and lost 1, so a bit of a mixed bag at home. Both teams coming here on the back of wins last time out with different aspirations for tonight. Surrey need just 3 more event wins. That's a minimum 3-2 scoreline tonight to guarantee themselves a top 4 finish and a finals day spot, regardless of results elsewhere. Whereas Nottingham come into this on the back of a 4-1 win over Loughborough that pushed them up the league table into 3rd, and they'll be looking to consolidate that position this evening. The league promoters must have been eager to promote this as an Adcock versus Adcock with the world number 5 married pair in opposing teams, but they won't face each other across court tonight. We'll run through the running order for you shortly. You can expect another rollercoaster NBL Monday evening match night of fast-paced scoring, tie breaks, tactical timeouts and the all-important power play point. The fastest racket sport on the planet has just got a whole lot quicker. I'm delighted to be joined this evening in the commentary box by John Quinn, head of England Performance. John, we're expecting another cracking contest this evening.
Absolutely. These are 2 of the strongest teams in the NBL we've seen so far. Obviously, Surrey have played 3 and won all their 3 matches so far in the competition, so they're looking strong favourites. But Nottingham have performed very well, and as we see from the league table, they're in 3rd place. So they're expecting good things from this match, and I think the home support can make all the difference in the matches that we've seen so far.
We are expecting over 450 spectators here at the Albert Hall Conference Centre this evening. The NBL has been very well supported in its inaugural season. We'll run you through the order of play this evening then. University of Nottingham versus Surrey Smashers. We'll start with the men's singles. That'll be Kieran Merrilees versus Carl Baxter. The women's doubles, Ellen Maratha-Lingram and Carissa Turner of University of Nottingham against Effie Muskens and Emily Westwood of Surrey Smashers. Then it's on to the women's singles, Olga Konen versus Soraya Devish-Iberg, and both unbeaten in the NBL so far, so something's got to give there. Men's doubles, Chris Adcock and Rob Blair go up against Dean George and Chris Langridge, and we'll round off this match night 5 here with Adam Hall and Chloe McGee of the University of Nottingham Badminton against the Surrey Smashers pair of Matt Nottingham and Gabby Adcock. John, which match are you looking forward to seeing most as the one that you can pick out there as being the pick of the evening?
Well, I think there's 2 really. I think the men's singles is very important for the result of this tie, and it's a very even match between Kieran Merrilees and Carl Baxter. I think whoever wins that game is really going to put their team in a strong position. But the game I'm really looking forward to is the fourth game on, which is the men's doubles of Chris Adcock and Rob Blair versus Dean George and Chris Langridge. You know, these are 4 really experienced players here, and I'm expecting a lot of fireworks in that match.
We'll just run you briefly through the team news then. Head coach of University of Nottingham Badminton, Martin Lewis, has tinkered with his doubles pairings once again as he looks to consolidate Nottingham's position at 3rd in the table. University student Ellen Maratha-Lingram is handed her 2nd NBL start, this time alongside the ever-present Carissa Turner in the women's doubles. Captain Chris Adcock paired with Rob Blair, whilst January's match winner Adam Hall switches from men's doubles to mixed doubles, where he will join Chloe McGee on court. As we said, single stars Olga Konen and Kieran Merrilees are out to protect 100% records, so University of Nottingham very strong in the singles department, but they've only won 2 from 9 doubles matches so far this season, and both of those came last time out against Loughborough, so you feel that the doubles could be an important factor in tonight's overall fixture.
Yes, in the ladies' doubles, Surrey are very strong. They have a Dutch girl called Effie Muskens, who's a European bronze medalist, and she's just outside the top 10 in the world, and she's playing with one of England's young up-and-coming players, Emily Westwood, and they're going to be very tough to beat. And I think the University of Nottingham team of Ellen and Clarissa have got it all to do in that match. So, you know, Nottingham are going to really rely on Chris and Rob in their men's doubles, and also possibly in the mixed doubles of Adam and Chloe to try and get those extra points that they need.
Moving on to the Surrey Smashers, the visitors this evening. The coach, Hayley Adcock, has stuck to the starting 8 that completed the first ever NBL 5-0 whitewash over Team Derby in January. And there's also a welcome call-up to the bench for Scottish international Caitlin Pringle as well. Gabby Adcock out there looking to make it 4 wins from 4. Soraya Davish, Ibergen and Effie Muskens both protecting 100% records as well. They come into this full of confidence.
Absolutely. I was at that game at Surrey when they played Derby and they had a 5-0 win. And then Surrey have been able to pick exactly the same team, which gives a little bit of continuity in their matches. So, you know, and they have been extremely strong so far. So I'm expecting them to be strong as well. And the University of Nottingham team are really going to have to step up and play their best game if they want to challenge Surrey Smashers tonight.
Well, Surrey Smashers could consolidate, well, they could guarantee their place in the top 4 this evening if they win the match night overall by 3 events to 2 or more. Then they are definitely in the grand finals. Let me give you a bit of an update as to when they are taking place. It's the 7th of June. And if you want to see the first ever NBL champions crowned, prices start from just £7 for child tickets, £12 for adult tickets. The final is at the K2 Crawley in Sussex. The top 4 teams in the league will compete in 2 playoffs, with the winners competing to be league champions. Tickets still available at nationalbadmintonleague.co.uk or search Sky Tickets. But don't forget, we have got one more match night to come after this one in the regular season, and tickets are available again from Sky Tickets or badmintonengland.co.uk/NBL tickets. It's Surrey Smashers versus Birmingham Lions, Team Derby versus University of Nottingham, and Loughborough Sport versus MK Badminton. But we'll turn our attention firmly to match night 5 this evening then, as the players are welcomed onto court by this near capacity crowd here at the Albert Hall Conference Centre. This is the visitors, Surrey Smashers, in their all black kit with white trim, just being welcomed onto the court now.
And now, the home team for this evening's NBL match, UON, Nottingham Sport Badminton.
And John, you said this home crowd could be really important this evening, and judging by the reception that University of Nottingham are getting when they're coming out onto court now, that will really ring true tonight.
Absolutely. I think the team really feel the support that the crowd can give them, and it can make all the difference, especially if the matches get close and it's just 1 or 2 points make all the difference. And the University of Nottingham are really going to have to rely on their, almost like, you know, the extra man to get them over the line tonight, because I think they're in for a very tough match, because Surrey so far have been very, very strong. They've looked the strongest team in the NBL so far, so the crowd have to play a massive part in this match tonight.
Majority of the crowd have got those clap banners, which I know you absolutely love, and they are provided by our partners Yonex, who are the badminton giants, are on board with the NBL as official equipment suppliers to the league this season. So it's great to have them on board, even if they do make those annoying clap banners as well.
No, it's great. You've got a big contingency of young players here. You've had the Nottingham Performance Centre. Young players were hitting on the court before this match, and they're all in here, and they've all got their clappers, and it's absolutely vital to get a good atmosphere in here, because they want to support their team as much as possible. And we don't want badminton to be a quiet sport. We want this atmosphere, and the louder the better, as long as they're not in your ear.
Thankfully they're not this evening. We're slightly withdrawn from the crowd, which is excellent. It means we can hear ourselves speak. If you are new to the NBL and you're joining us for the first time, you're very welcome indeed. It's a new format, as we said. It's the inaugural season of the NBL, so I'll just quickly run you briefly through the rules. We play a first to 9 points scoring system, and there's no need to win by 2 clear points. Games can be won 9-8, and it's a best of 5 games contest. Now, if we do go to a 5th and final game, that's a tiebreaker. It's either first to 5 points or first to win by 3 clear points, whichever comes first, which means that every single point is crucial in this format. Yeah,
absolutely. The momentum that this type of format can really have a massive impact on the game, especially when it gets to the fifth deciding set, and that 1 point is just so crucial, and if the team have their power play left, then it can play a massive part in the outcome of any particular tie.
You've moved me nicely onto the power play there, John. It's new and unique to the NBL. The power play point is an exciting match night feature, giving serving players only the chance to earn double points when winning a power play rally. The power play shuttle is located on a podium right next to the umpire's seat there, and the players have to go and retrieve that shuttle to indicate that they want to play the power play point. If they win it, they get 2 points for doing so. But if the opposing team win it, they just get the usual one, and you only get one power play per event, per team, and you can't play a power play in the same game as your opponent has.
That's correct.
I think I've wrapped that up right.
That's correct, yeah. You summed that up very well. The one thing about the power play has changed from the first couple of matches that we've seen is that they've changed, they've reverted back to a white shuttle. In the first few matches that we saw, the power play shuttle was pink. And there was a little bit of, I wouldn't say controversy, but a little bit of uncertainty with some of the players that they felt that the pink shuttle made the shuttle fly a little bit differently. I'm not so sure myself, but they've listened to the players and they've reverted back to the normal white shuttle. So that's a bit of a change.
More format changes that make it possibly more exciting or quicker to watch when you're in the arena. The fact that we have a faster turnaround between games, just your 60-second knock-up before the match, whereas before you'd maybe expect to get 2 or 3 minutes at least out on court. But an interesting addition as well. How crucial do you think that the timeouts are? Because each team gets a timeout per event night. It's only 45 seconds long. It can be called by either a player or a coach. How pivotal can they be in the overall outcome of an event? It
can be, because the matches are so short, and that if a coach can come on and just give a little bit of wisdom and just see, provide the odd tip to the player, it can really change the momentum of a match. And because, as I say, each game is to just 9 points, that you really rely on the player playing the right tactics at the right time, and the coach can have a big impact. So it's interesting that the coaches just make sure that they call the timeouts at the correct time.
We are just moments away from starting match night 5 here. We are very much looking forward to it. If you are watching us on the live stream around the world, you're very welcome. Do send us a tweet, let us know where you're watching from, who your favourite NBL players are, at NBL_official. You'll also get regular ticket competitions, player reactions and latest news there. Use the hashtag GameChanger or hashtag NBL Badminton, whichever takes your fancy. And we'll always retweet our favourite NBL related tweets. And of course, don't forget our website, nationalbadmintonleague.co.uk, for all the breaking news, including finals day ticket information and the TV schedule, player profiles of all the NBL stars, match reports, player reactions, and lots more. So knocking up on court right now is our first event of the evening. It's Kieran Merrilees of the University of Nottingham versus Carl Baxter of the Surrey Smashers. Call this one if you can.
Yeah, it's a really close match. This is, I would say, these are two players who performed exceptionally well so far in the NBL, and I think Kieran's gone unbeaten in his first 3 matches. I think Carl's won 2 out of his 3. So, and especially in the last one, Carl really raised his level when he played England #1 Raja Gusev, and so this is a very tough one to call. But I think it's going to be pivotal in the results of the match.
Yeah, you said there, these two players have got 5 wins from 6 events between them, so they've taken well to this format, they've taken well to the NBL season so far, but they've never played against each other competitively, which is it's an interesting matchup.
Yes, they've not played each other competitively in a tournament, but they know each other's games very well. Carl used to be part of the GB World Class Performance Programme, and Kieran as well. So they both trained many times together, so there won't be any surprises from each other in this game. It's just whoever executes their game the best.
60-second warm-up is just about done then, and we're ready to get match night 5 underway here at the Albert Hall Conference Centre. It's been quite a raucous atmosphere with the music thumping and the clap banners hammering away in the crowds, but it has hushed down now. It's match night 5. Kieran Merrilees of the home side to get us underway. Big leap, big smash gets us underway. Very nicely indeed, Kieran Merrilees. Perfect start.
Absolutely. Kieran's renowned for his jump smashes, so in this men's singles match, it's often the person who gets control of the net to force the other person to lift is going to take advantage, just like there. Oh, Carl had a good opportunity. He missed it, but he created that opportunity by a good net shot.
2-love.
All of a sudden, a 2-point lead already for Merrilees. Remember, first to 9. One's going to drop out as well, and a 3-point lead already. It can very quickly run away, can't it?
Absolutely. This is Kieran started really well, as we were talking about earlier. To actually start really well, and just a very short warm-up time is very important. Oh, he's just missed that one, but that was a very good smash there.
1-3.
First tight call of the evening. Eagle-eyed up here, John. You spotted that one. So Carl Baxter makes the perfect response. Couple of points in a row, right back in it.
Yeah, I think you'll see lots of power smashes in this match. Both players are renowned for attacking very well. See every opportunity the players get to smash, they're really hitting it really hard. Yeah, again, great smash. Kieran really worked the rally well there and opened up the court for the cross-court smash.
I get the feeling we'll see a bit of a mixture of the longer rallies like we just saw there, and sometimes the players will just be looking to kill it as quickly as they can.
Yeah. It's whenever the opportunity is created, you've got to take the chance. As I say, in this short format, it's quickened up the game. It's made it really fast and attacking. They haven't got to save themselves. They've got to go 100% from the word go.
And if you struggle to settle into an event as well, it can very quickly get away from you because there's really nowhere to hide in a first to 9 best of 5.
No, Kieran started very well. He's really concentrated and he's attacked very well so far. Especially, he's I don't know if it's a tactic, but he's attacking Carl down his backhand side, and it's worked so far.
Service over, 3-5.
Baxter clawing it back to 4-5 then. And it's as you were, level at 5 each.
Yeah, Carl's done well to get back in this match because it's 3-love. It's very difficult to get yourself back into the match when it's just a 9. But he's composed himself and he starts to find a way into this match.
There's that jump smash that you talked about. Kieran Merrilees needs to keep executing that as well as he does.
Yes, it's very effective. You're actually finding that both players, whoever forces the lift first, is winning the rally. They're straight on the attack, and obviously that's Kieran's tactic here, to try and control the net, get the lift from Carl, and then smash as hard as he can, especially down Carl's backhand side.
Kieran Merrilees inching ever closer to the winning line in this opening game.
7-5.
Yes, it was a nice net exchange there. Both players are really trying to keep control of that net. They see the importance of it.
Another tight one, this time it's in.
Yeah, I think that was the correct call. It was a good, accurate smash down the line by Kieran. He's really attacking well so far in this match.
The crowd sensing this is game point for Kieran Merrilees. Chance to take an early lead, and he does so. 9-5, Merrilees takes it. Perfect start for the home side.
Yes, I think if University of Nottingham, if they want to do well in this match, they have to win this first tie. They must. Kieran must maintain this momentum that he's got in this match, and keep attacking. It's working so far, so he shouldn't change the tactics that he's using. Carl's got to look at a way of trying to force Kieran to give him the lift, because when he was attacking, he was successful. But Kieran's been on the offensive most of that first set, and it's proved successful.
Well, he's in great form at the moment, Kieran. Not only in the NBL, where he's played 3-1-3, but recently a semi-finalist at the Portuguese International. He's the reigning Scottish national champion as well, and he's won domestic European titles in every single age group. So he's in great form at the moment.
Yeah, Kieran's been in good form for the last 6 months. He suffered a few injuries at the start of the season, but he had a really good win in December of last year, in winning the Welsh International, where he beat Toby Penty of Milton Keynes in the final. So he's in good form, and he's obviously played this NBL really well at the moment. So he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Service over. 1 love.
Smash this time just too hot to handle for Carl Baxter.
Yeah, he's continuing to attack Carl's backhand, and he's looking very, very dangerous when he gets that short lift.
Well, we mentioned the current recent form that Kieran Merrilees is in, but Carl Baxter is a very experienced man. He's a Commonwealth Games bronze medalist. He was the first ever winner of an NBL event match live on Sky Sports as well. He's no stranger to the big competition.
No, and he must have taken a lot of confidence from his last NBL match, as we say, when he beat Rajiv Busev in 3-2 in Surrey last month. So he's obviously playing with a lot of confidence. So he's not going to be too stressed at this time. He's going to just try and find a way back into this match. And as I say, he started this set pretty well, 3-1 up.
Yeah, important for him to come out and hit it really hard and come out fighting at the beginning of this second game.
Yeah, it's all about being aggressive, being positive, and Carl started this game very well. And as I say, it's vital when you play the short format that you start each set very, very well. You can't give your opponent a 2 or 3 love head start. It's just very, very hard to get into the match.
Service over. 2-4.
Yeah, Kieran's going to really want to close this gap as soon as possible.
It looks like Carl's just settling into it a bit more now. There isn't a lot of time that you get to settle into the events, because they can be over so quickly, but he looks to have gotten into a bit more of a rhythm in this game.
No, absolutely. You were finding that in all the NBL matches, that you can see one player start really, really well, and it just takes 1 or 2 rallies or 1 or 2 good shots, and the whole feel, the whole change of the game can really alter very, very quickly. But Kieran's hanging in there. He doesn't want to give this set up too early. He's just 1 or 2 more rallies, and he's really back in this set.
Service over. 6-3.
And very nice shot there by Kieran. Carl looked to be in control of that rally, but Kieran played a lovely backhand cross-court drop shot there, taking Carl a little bit by surprise. Still anybody's game. We're actually seeing quite a pattern here that Carl's
over.
Directing a lot of his attack to Kieran's forehand, and as I say, in the first set we saw Kieran really attacking Carl's backhand with his smashers. It's really interesting. Both players. That's a cheap point. Let's give Kieran a little bit of a sniff into this game still.
5-7.
That's how quickly the tides can turn, because Carl Baxter wins that point and all of a sudden it's game point to him. Now the gap is closed. There's no time to dwell on your mistakes, though, because they can take over very quickly.
Yeah, Carl will be disappointed with that service mistake, because obviously there's no pressure on him delivering that short serve, and it's let Kieran back in this. Let him back in this game. It's a vital point, this one.
And it's one that the Surrey Smasher just about takes.
Service over.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit fortunate there. Kieran should have made that kill at the net, because he read it. Yeah, it gives Carl the game point. And a little bit of variation there by Kieran. That's one of only the first times we've seen in the first two games that the players has used the clear. There's been a lot of attacking shots so far, and it's the first time we've seen somebody try and build a rally and clear, and it was effective there.
Oh, Carl Baxter's not sure. He looks across to one of the line judges there.
I think it was the correct call. I think it just caught the back line. Yeah, this is a vital point now. If Kieran was to go 2 games to love up, it would really put the pressure on Carl. One game all. Yeah, it's an interesting match now.
This is the excitement of the NBL. First to 9 points. No need to win by 2 clear points. This is game point for both players. Saved their best rally of the event so far for that crucial point, and you feel that will give Carl Baxter some serious confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the best point of the match, and it was also the most important point of the match, and it was looking to... Kieran had really defended very well there to stay in that rally, because Carl was on top for most of it, and then he had the opportunity to smash down the line, and he just missed it just by a few inches. That could prove very vital in this match.
Baxter was absolutely pummeling him down the centre repeatedly, and the crowd were getting right behind that as well. That's the kind of point that we love to see.
Yeah, especially in the men's singles, we're seeing lots of flat exchanges in mid-court. It's very quick, very aggressive game. And both these guys are fantastic athletes, but they don't want to lift the shuttle unless they absolutely have to, which is why we're getting lots of these flat exchanges in mid-court.
All to play for then in the first event of this match night 5. Kieran Merrilees of the University of Nottingham 1, Carl Baxter of the Surrey Smashers 1. It is Baxter to serve. Kieran comes out fighting.
Yeah, as you say, of course he'd be disappointed to lose that second game, but he's just got to try and focus now to try and get the best possible start he can in this one, to put the momentum back in his side. Good start there. As you say, you do find a lot of the time in men's singles, it's whoever's controlling the net is really controlling most of the tactical play within the game. And Kieran's done well there in the first 2 points. He's controlled the net.
Not quite this time. A nice little exchange again there. This time Baxter comes out on top.
Yeah, that was good. Good play by both players there. Lots of skill.
And no sooner does he open up a 2-point advantage that it's eaten up very quickly. Well, he worked very hard to stay in that point, Baxter, but Merrilees eventually takes it.
Yeah, there's a lot more variation in that rally. There's been a lot of hard attacking power smashes in the first 2 sets, but in that rally there we saw a little bit more variation from both players. They were trying their slice drops and reverse drops, trying to open up the court. It's very, very hard to keep the same pace the whole game. It's probably why we'll see there'll be a little bit more variation from now on.
Just some comedy music there for the court mopper to come on and just take a little bit of the sweat off the surface.
Yeah, I'm sure he's feeling fantastic about that. Coming on to Benny Hill music, he's going to really enjoy that. That's the highlight of his evening.
Not like you're in front of 450 supporters at all. With a diving pickup of his own, and this time he does convert the point.
Yeah, that was a really good rally. Actually, as you say, as the game's gone on, there's a lot more variation from both players. They're not just relying on the hard power smashes. They're actually trying to find different spaces on court, maneuver their opponent around the court. It's good to see.
Tried to react quickly to it, but always difficult when you're that close in, Kieran.
Yeah, he really committed, and his swing was a little bit too long, and Carl hit the shot straight back at him, so he wasn't able to react quickly enough. It's a big couple of points coming up now. And that's quite a cheap, easy point there. Let's let Carl right back into this game. It's quite interesting, we haven't seen a power play or a timeout by any of the teams yet.
It is very tight so far. Each player just edging ahead, nip and tuck between the two of them. Maybe they don't want to change anything for fear of it having a negative effect, but at the same time, is it not a case of trying to find something different to try and get yourself ahead?
Yeah, quite possibly. Maybe the coach don't have anything to say to them at the moment, but it's I feel this third game is really crucial to the result of this tie. Really, really important. Carl's starting to read Kieran's smash to his backhand now. He's got to try and change it up, a little bit more variation. He's reading them now. Kieran's got to come up with plan B, because his plan A of smashing really hard down Carl's backhand is not working so much as the match has gone on, so he's got to look to try and play with a little bit more variation, maybe some slice drops or some different shots to give Carl something more to think about.
Tried something different, didn't quite come off.
Yeah, what do I know?
5.
But I think it's the right thing to do. He can't just keep doing the same thing if it's not working. He's got to look for different solutions.
There really is nothing to separate this pair at the moment. 1-1 in games, 6-all in this, you feel, crucial and pivotal third game.
Yeah, this was always going to be a very, very close match. These two singles players are very evenly matched. Carl just trying something there with a slice drop shot and just missing the line. Just putting a little bit too much slice on the shot. Carl's turn now to miss that easy net kill. That puts Kieran in a very strong position. 2 game points here.
The crowd clapping along. They'll hope it's only one from the home perspective. And it is just one that he needs. Carl Baxter had his head in his hands there as he slipped almost on the service line. And that's a cruel way to lose what could be a really crucial game in this tie.
Yeah, I think you've got to give Kieran a little bit of credit there. He took the shuttle really early, and it looked quite a little deceptive shot. He just held the shuttle. Carl wasn't able to anticipate Kieran's shot, which made him just stumble then. Just that slight slip cost him.
Could have done with that court mopper on again with a bit more Benny Hill music. Maybe he's not mopped to the highest of his ability. Wanted to get off before he was shamed too much, bless him.
15 seconds.
I don't think there's probably too many people who know who Benny Hill is in the end. I don't think.
Great to see so many youngsters around though, isn't it? There's some great support. Obviously we had the performance players on earlier, the youngsters getting a knock up with some of the stars of the NBL, and it's great to see a good mix and a good variety of people in the crowd.
Absolutely, it was really good to see the Nottingham Performance Centre players having a chance to hit in this hall before the match, and it's great. They're actually loving this badminton.
So it's Merrilees 2, Baxter 1.
1 love.
Carl Baxter makes an instant impact on this fourth game. Again, Kieran trying to be nice and clever at the net there. Baxter.
Yeah, Kieran really didn't want to give the lift away to Carl, which is why he tried that quite difficult shot there, but he just made the mistake. I think both players are really realising the importance of trying to control the net, trying to get the attack. They both realise how dangerous each other are when they get that short lift. So they really don't want to give the attack away. That was very well played back there. Really built the rally well. He really moved Carl around the court, took the shuttle very early, got the net cord. You know, some people might say that's luck, but it's not. They practice hours and hours to get that level of accuracy, and we've got to give Kieran a lot of credit for that rally.
And Kieran Merrilees strides over to the little podium next to the umpire to indicate that he wants to play his power play. Remember this, if Kieran Merrilees wins this point, counts as a double point for him. If Carl Baxter wins it, he just gets the single. And Kieran Merrilees converts it and gets himself in front in the game that he needs to win this event.
Yeah, that was very smart play by Kieran. Not just to get the 2 points, but it also makes it stops Carl taking his power play in this game as well, and that's very crucial because obviously Carl's two games to 1 down here, and Kieran knows that. He's keeping the pressure on him now. So there's no easy and quick way for Carl to get back into this game. Very good. Nice variation on his overhead there by clearing. That reverse drop to Carl's backhand, and then really making big efforts to get in and take the shuttle early to create that space with that cross-court kill.
Oh, a slap on the thigh there from Kieran Merrilees. Was in the ascendancy there, clearly not quite as happy as he might have been with constructing that point.
Yeah. I think he really felt the importance of that rally. If Kieran had won that rally to go 5-2 up, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Kieran. I'm not sure who took. Okay, it was the Nottingham coach took the timeout there. So Martin Lewis is just probably trying to calm Kieran down. He's 2 games to 1 up in this match, and he's 4-3 up. So the pressure's all on Carl, and I think that's probably all that Martin's saying. just keeping him calm, trying to remind him of the tactics he's using in this game, because it's working. So he's just got to maintain it and keep going.
Just a case of bringing him down just a notch to say, look, you don't have to go all out to try and win this. You are still in the driving seat. Just keep plugging away.
Absolutely. All the pressure at the moment is on Carl. Carl's an experienced player, but he's still going to feel the pressure. You know, he's losing this match, and Kieran's just got to maintain his calm.
I guess there's also the added pressure of the fact that they're first on court this evening and they want to get their team off to a good start as well.
That's right. In all team matches, the first game that's played has a huge impact on the outcome of any match. And I think all the teams, both the players will know that, and both teams will know that. And I think it was quite a wise thing there by the University of Nottingham head coach Martin Lewis, just to calm Kieran down and just reminding him of what he's trying to do here.
That one a little wayward from.
Yeah, it just caught the net cord, so you know, it made it a lot more difficult to control the lift. Great defence there by Carl.
He's had to do a fair amount of it, and there's only a certain amount of times that the shuttle can come back over the net, and you can get it back. Absolutely.
You know, badminton's an attacking game. Generally, you find the player that's attacking most will win the match, unless they're making lots of unforced errors. And Kieran's not doing that, so you know, he's in the ascendancy in this match so far.
That from Carl Baxter means that Kieran Merrilees is within 2 points of taking the opening event of match night 5 here at the Albert Hall Conference Centre and getting his team off to the perfect start.
Yeah, Kieran had built that rally really well, and he'd be disappointed with himself missing that cross-court smash, but he's still in the ascendancy. He's 5-7 up, so he's just got to keep calm and continue doing what he's doing. Carl's got to find some different solutions here.
You'd feel that Carl Baxter would like one of those to be his power play, but of course Kieran very tactically played it early on in this game to mean that his opponent wasn't able to do so.
That's correct. It was very wise. He got the bonus of obviously winning the 2 points, but he stopped Carl using his power play, so it put a lot of pressure on him.
Well, Baxter's still chipping away, and the fist clench there shows you what that means to him. He ducked out the way, made the call, and was happy to see it just fly out the back of the court. It is 7-all now. Yeah,
Carl's not going to go away in this match. As I say, he's an experienced player. He's a tough competitor, and he's going to make Kieran win, really fight for every single point that he earns.
And Baxter edges ahead at the vital moment. It is game point to the Surrey Smashers man.
Yeah, he's won 4 points in a row here. Kieran's got a little bit impatient so far in this last few rallies.
Big cheer from Baxter and his bench, a couple of them on their feet there as well, because that means that we head into a tie-break and a very exciting way to start the match night.
Yeah, Carl did very well there from 7-4 down to win 5 rallies in a row. And now the whole momentum is now with Carl. He's able to now take his power play, which would put him in a strong position. I'm sure we're going to see Carl use his power play in the first rally.
Let me just remind you then that tie breaks are played first to 5 points, or is immediately won if someone opens up a clear 3-point lead, whichever is quickest. So tie breaks can be won 3-0 or 4-1, or until somebody reaches 5. If it gets to 4-4, which you get the feeling it might, then it's all to play for. Carl Baxter, as you so ably predicted up here in the commentary box, has taken the power play.
Yeah, this is a vital point. If Carl's to win this rally, he's going to then have 2 match points.
But Kieran Merrilees doesn't let him take that advantage. That is huge in the context of this event.
Absolutely. You feel if Carl had won that rally there, he was going to be in a very strong position to take the first event for his team. But I think there's going to be a few more twists and turns so far in this match because, as I say, now it's the Surrey Smashers' turn to take their break.
Hardly surprising.
Yeah. Now we're getting a bit of the Pink Panther.
Surrey Smashers.
I tell you what, there's some smiles on the faces of the people in the crowd. I'm not sure whether that's the music, the occasion that we've got here in this opening fixture, but either way, the crowd are getting into it. We're getting into it here. We still don't know which way it's going to go.
No, this first event was always going to be very, very tight. These are two very evenly matched opponents. It's really, really hard to call it now.
Now Baxter has an instant response to losing on his power play point. He levels at 1 each.
Yeah, every rally now is vital.
Wow, what a time to change it up. What a time to go for that kind of serve. Is that brave?
Yeah, it is absolutely very, very clever. You know, Kieran's looking to be aggressive, so he's going to charge the net a little bit, and Carl realised that, and just put in that flick serve, very, very clever. As I say, that's just the experience that Carl has. Great rally there by both players. This is getting so exciting.
So now it is first to 5 points then.
Service over.
This one is going all the way.
Yeah, I can see this going 5-4, I think. Well, I'm hoping it does anyway.
Head in hands time from Carl Baxter. Some reassuring glances from his coaching team in the stands there.
Yeah, they're trying. The two Surrey coaches were trying to look calm there, but I'm sure they're not. They'll be very nervous, just as nervous as Carl is.
I think the whole arena is nervous here. Well, Baxter is starting to get very visibly disappointed with himself, and Kieran Merrilees holds a couple of match points in his hand now.
Yeah, we saw that in the last game though. Kieran did get a little bit tight when he saw the finishing line. He's obviously got 2 match points now, and he's just got to rely on it and be patient in the rallies, not try and force too early.
Just as you say that, you talked it in.
Yeah, yeah. Kieran is tight. You know, I think he's obviously got another match point here, so he's still favoured to win. But Carl gets the net cord, and it is going to 4 match point all.
Well, this is what the crowd have come to see. This is what you predicted. It's 4-all. It's match point to both players. This not only pivotal in this event itself, but in the entire outcome of the match night.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Kieran Merrilees wins it. His team are on their feet in the stands. So are some of the supporters here at the Albert Hall Conference Centre. What an opening event. What a way to kick off this match night.
Yeah, fantastic match. Really, really tense. Both players at different times in that match really looked like they had the ascendancy, but Kieran somehow just got over the finishing line there. He looks very, very relieved. Obviously, Carl will be very disappointed, but that was a fantastic match for all the supporters to have a 3-2 win and 5-4 in the last set. That's as you say, it's as close as it can get.
9-6.
Well, that makes Kieran Merrilees 4 wins from 4 in the NBL so far. That is a great victory for him. We're expecting him up in the commentary box maybe a little bit later on this live stream, so do stick around and we'll hear from Kieran. Up next on court, it is Ellen Maratha Ingram and Carissa Turner against Effie Muskens and Emily Westwood. I think we all need to just get our breath back a minute, John. That was some start to this match night?
No, it was always going to be a really close match. As we predicted, that both players are very evenly matched, and it proved so. To have 5-4 in the 5th set, that's exactly what exactly what the crowd wanted, and I think especially now as Kieran won as well, that's really put a really good feeling for the rest of the match, and it gives University of Nottingham a great chance now in this tie.
And from the University of Nottingham Badminton, give it up for Ellen Merrill-Lingen and Carissa Turner.
I'm glad the stadium announcer here had trouble with Ellen's name as well, because we've been practicing pronouncing that for a good 20 minutes before we came on air this evening. We'll try not to wrap our tongues around it too many more times this evening, but it is the Nottingham pair and the Surrey pair are on court now, and they'll have a quick knock-up before we get very swiftly on to the second event of the evening.
Yes, I'm just going to call her Ellen, I think. I'm not going to begin to try and pronounce her surname. Very difficult.
She's got an interesting background, actually, Ellen. She's a student at the University of Nottingham. She's Canadian born, but she plays for Wales. She lives in Cardiff. She led Wales to team gold at the 2011 games. She was the Welsh national champion at under-17s. She only made a NBL debut, actually, on match night 3 in the mixed doubles alongside Christian Roebuck. They lost that by 2 games to 3. So she's relatively new to the NBL, but she's a good competitor, as is proven by her junior record, at least.
Yes, I think obviously Surrey Smashers are strong favourites in this tie. Effie Muskins is obviously a European bronze medalist and ranked 11 in the world currently, I think, and I think the 2 Welsh girls have got it all to do. So you would put Surrey Smashers strong favourites in this tie, but you never know. There's been lots of surprises so far in the NBL matches, so, you know, if the crowd can get behind Ellen and Carissa early on in the match, you never know. The Surrey girls might get a little bit nervous, and it could be a little bit closer than I think.
Well, Nottingham are yet to win a women's doubles match in the NBL, and Surrey are yet to lose one. Will we see an upset in the form book? We're underway.
Service over. Sorry. 1 love. Two love.
It's a very confident and quick start for the Surrey pair.
Yeah. Ellen looks a little bit tense there. They've just got to try and find a way just to stay with the Surrey pair early on, and then they'll relax, I'm sure. So Ellen made a couple of easy mistakes there at the beginning of this game.
Service over. 3-1. Could just test the shot. Thank you.
Interesting there, just a couple of misjudgments of the depth of shot, so much so that Carissa Turner is just asking to have a quick test of the shuttle there. She's not very happy with it.
Yeah, it's something badminton players do, that sometimes they blame the shuttle rather than themselves. So it probably just makes them feel a little bit better as well, you know. The shuttle might have been quick, but there's something you do find that you know, it just helps them to relax a little bit. If they've made 1 or 2 mistakes to change the shuttle, it's a very normal, natural thing that happens.
This one gets the nod of approval from Carissa Turner. That's unlucky, just flicking up off the top of the net cord there.
Yeah, good defence by Emily. She just skimmed the net, and it just made Clarissa just mistime her shot there.
Well, that one just clipped the line, says the line judge.
Yeah, he's very, very strong on defence. Very skillful player. Not the biggest, doesn't have the biggest power in the world, but very, very skillful on court. And the two Welsh girls really find it very difficult to smash through Effie here.
They are finding it difficult in these opening exchanges. A rapid 6-1 lead for the Surrey Smashers pair. Just as I say that.
Yeah, they've just got that. The University of Nottingham girls have just got to keep going, and just see what happens. Games can really change around quite quickly.
But they won't be aided by service mistakes like that.
No.
7-2.
Yeah, and there's another mistake there. They're really struggling to settle so far in this match.
Okay.
And it's over as quickly as that. We've watched an extremely tight contest to open the match night, and this one hasn't quite shown that so far. It's a case now of University of Nottingham girls just trying to settle themselves down and making sure that they're competing.
That's right. Obviously, Surrey were favourites in this tie, but the two University of Nottingham girls have just got to try and get into the match, whatever it is. Just try and get into some rallies. There hasn't been enough rallies, and as a result, then they've made quite a few mistakes, and they just haven't settled so far in the match. So they've really got to make a big effort in these first 2-3 rallies to try and get into the game. Even if they lose the rally, they've just got to try and get into some space, get into some rallies against the Surrey girls.
Second game. Level. Play.
Wow, she strolled into that one very casually.
I think Effie found the funny side of that. It was almost too easy a shot. Yep.
I want access to this comedy soundboard that our soundman's got here, because that's got the players giggling.
This is much better. As I said, they've got to get into the match. They've got to actually show to the Surrey girls that they want to compete and be a little bit more patient. Not give those cheap, easy points away that they were given in that first game. Oh, sorry, commentator's curse there. I think I put the. Both pairs are struggling a little bit with their serve. It's good to see, though, that Clarissa and Ellen have got into this game now. And hopefully they're relaxed and raise their level.
That call was a little bit delayed there. Carissa Turner's turned away thinking that she might have just dropped that in, but as it is, 3 each.
She was a little bit unfortunate there because Emily was nowhere near that. This is really hurting Ellen and Clarissa. They're just making too many forced errors. Unforced errors. They're not putting any pressure on the Surrey girls at all.
5-3.
Well, that was much better up until the very end of that rally there.
No, it's definitely more of a contest now. The first set was very one-sided. At least the Nottingham girls are now competing with the Surrey girls. They've just got to keep going and just wait for their opportunity. There's always opportunities and times in a game where the momentum will switch from one side to the other, and the Nottingham girls have just got to wait for their time. But they've got to be patient, and there's no quick solutions to it. They've just got to stay in their rallies and compete rally after rally.
I'm sure your words will be echoed by University of Nottingham head coach Martin Lewis. It was him that called the timeout there because his girls are 3-6 down and already a game down as well. Just want to get your thoughts very quickly on the fact that University of Nottingham haven't won a women's doubles match yet, and they keep tinkering with the pairings. How effective is that, or is it worth sticking with the same pair and seeing if they can improve?
Yeah, it's obviously a balance that the coach has got to get. He's strong in certain events, and he just feels he's putting his strongest players in other events like the ladies singles and the mixed doubles. And I'm not saying he's not throwing this match, but he just feels he has better chances in the other games, and that's the role of the coach. They've got to make that decision.
Ultimately, it is about the overall outcome of the match night from a team perspective, but that timeout's worked quite well for Nottingham. It's a couple of points in a row.
Yeah, they never know. As I say, games can really just change in an instant here. 1 or 2 good points. That was very unlucky by Clarissa, very positive. That was very good play.
And straight down the middle, the Surrey Smashers smash rackets together, and the University of Nottingham level it up at 6 each.
Yeah, every rally the Nottingham girls are getting a little bit more self-belief. The first time they've shown a bit of emotion as well in the match.
You get the feeling the more problems that they cause the Surrey pair as well, the more the crowd will get behind them. Obviously they're behind them all the way, but when they're winning the big rallies, that roar from the crowd can make that tiny little bit of extra difference.
Absolutely, the Nottingham girls have got to give the crowd something to cheer about.
Well, Surrey Smashers, a couple of game points now, and a chance to take a really quick fire 2-game lead.
Yeah, this will put them in a very strong position. Okay, this is an interesting time. If I would be taking the power play here, because if they want to get back in this match, I don't feel they're going to win 2 rallies in a row. I think they need to take the power point. Yeah, and Clarissa is doing so.
Yeah, she looked over to head coach Martin Lewis, who gave her the nod, pointed at the podium. So it is power play to the University of Nottingham, so it's game point both sides.
Yeah, Surrey will be nervous now as well. They know if they lose this point, it's 1 game all.
Wow, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from the University of Nottingham pair. Classic example of how to use that brand new power play feature here in the NBL. And against all odds, they've got themselves back into this. It's 1 each.
Yeah, they did really, really well there. They showed a lot of resilience because for 90% of this game, they've looked completely outplayed. But yeah, it's 1 game all. As I say, they played well at the important points. They took the power point at the correct time. It's 1 game all. And Surrey, I'm sure the Surrey team and the 2 Surrey girls can't believe it's 1 game all, because they've dominated the match so far, but they find themselves at 1 game all.
Great character shown so far then from the home pairing, and that will endear them to the home support as well. It is 1-1. Not quite what we're expecting, but a power play has dragged the University of Nottingham back into this.
1 love. Can you play that on that one, please? I was looking at the scoreboard. Level. Thank you.
Slightly unusual there. Clarissa said she wasn't ready to start at the beginning of that game, but she's managed to persuade the umpire to change his mind.
Well, after that slight discrepancy, Surrey still take the point, but is that a bit of gamesmanship maybe from Carissa Turner? We've already seen her complain about the speed of the shuttle. We've seen her complain that she wasn't ready at the start of that game.
Well, I just think it's part of the game. It's nothing, you know, she's just trying to use every advantage she can. It's something I would do, and it's something you would encourage your players to do as well. It's not, I wouldn't see it as gamesmanship. It's just taking advantage of the situation.
Well, as you say, when you're out there on court in this kind of competitive environment, you've got to do what you've got to do to win, ultimately.
Absolutely. And Clarissa's an experienced player. She'll know how to hopefully change the situation in her favour. All the girls would do exactly the same.
So it's over. 3-1.
There's definitely a lot more self-belief in the Nottingham girls' play. They've been a lot more aggressive and positive in their play, and it's really good to see. It's starting to develop into a really close contest.
Yeah, like you say, to lose the opening game 2-9 and then come back to win the second one in that manner will have given them somewhat of a boost. Just been pointed out there that
it's got a little bit of blood on her shin.
Scratch there.
I don't know if she hit her leg with her racket there, but seems to be a little scrape. Or, as in all sports, if it's a blood injury, then they have to stop play and get it seen to. But it doesn't seem to be too bad. I think it was a scratch rather than any blood dripping.
Who's got the first aid kit?
Clarissa has. I think Clarissa's obviously prepared. She's getting out of the plaster herself. So
seemed to be for a couple of seconds. Everyone looked around and said, "Who's got a plaster?"
Yeah.
Somebody must have one.
Yeah.
That's good of her teammate to patch her up.
All the things that a player has in their racket bag. Yeah. Can't quite see it there, but I'm sure she's applying the plaster.
There we go, Krista's doing it. Krista a cheer this evening.
Well, we're not just getting the plaster, we're getting some very tightly wrapped duct tape around her calf there.
Yeah, I think that's maybe it's a little bit OTT, I think, for a little scratch, but okay. Okay.
Suitably strapped up and we're ready to play on.
4-2.
It's 4-2 to the Surrey pair, 1-1 in games.
Yeah, great defensive shot there by Clarissa. Really, Emily smashing down her backhand and whipping that backhand cross-court drive, cross-court into the open space for a winner. Very good shot.
Level again. 4 each now.
Yeah, every time you think the Surrey Smashers are going away, the Nottingham girls are really staying in there and being quite tough.
And a shout of come on as it's a hat-trick of successive points for the home side.
Yeah, this is a real contest now. 5-10 minutes ago, it was very, very one-sided. But 1 or 2 important points won. And it's a really close match now.
It's over.
They should be disappointed there. They've got the lead, and you need to try and maintain that. Great play there by Emily. Very good mixed play, Emily. So she's very sharp and quick around the net. Actually, her height is an advantage in those type of circumstances. When it's very flat to the net, she's able to crouch down low, take advantage of the flat play.
She is a classy player. She was a two-time beaten semi-finalist at the English Nationals in February, so she's a top player.
Service over, 7-6.
It's very difficult to call. Just 1 point each way.
At 7 each, that point is absolutely crucial because it's game point Surrey now and a chance to sneak ahead again. Wow, I said 7-all was crucial, 8-all might just trump it. It's game point to both pairs. And it's the Surrey Smashers pair that take it. But this is a lot closer than we thought before the event. It's a lot closer than we thought after the first game.
We shouldn't be surprised because every time we try and call a match, there's normally a favourite. There's normally a favourite in every tie that we see. But as we've seen, there's been so many shocks and surprises in the NBL that every match night we're seeing very close games and often shocks where we don't expect the result, and this is just proving it. Obviously Surrey are still favourites in this match now. The Surrey girls have got a 2-1 lead, but you know, the Nottingham girls can be really proud of what they've achieved so far, and they've just got to keep in there, keep believing, because they're really in this match.
So it's 2-1 to Surrey Smashers. Just kept plugging away.
Yeah, just keep smashing. Often that happens in ladies doubles, that you've just got to be resilient, keep hitting hard, keep believing, and eventually you'll get your just rewards. And a little bit of luck as well. Just a miss hit there by Clarissa, but she got herself in the right position, so sometimes you deserve that little bit of luck.
She leapt across, found the gap there, and just hangs ahead at the last second as she sees it drift out. But
yeah, she read it well. She just overhit. So yeah, she just lost her technique there. She just needed to rely on the technique because she read the shuttle very well and was in a good position, but she swung a little bit too much for it.
this time she's more accurate, Clarissa Turner. Restores the 2-point advantage, 3-1.
Yeah, Clarissa's really got to show leadership skills because she's the stronger and the leader in this team, and she's really got to, you know, support her partner, a less experienced partner.
Another good point for the Nottingham girls, and it's well appreciated here. 4-1 they lead.
Yeah, it's looking like it might go to the 5th game. sure the Surrey team will be taking their power play very soon now.
Anything that'll inch them closer to the winning line.
Yeah.
There it is. It used to be pink. It's now just a shuttle on a podium. But it does hold significance, as we've already seen in this event.
Yeah, Emily and Effie are being very patient. I'll be surprised if they don't take the power play before the end of this set.
4-all.
Yeah, the two Surrey coaches are looking a little bit more nervous than they were at the beginning of the match. That was the umpire just telling the Nottingham bench just to be a little bit quiet, as they're not supposed to be coaching during play, but I'm sure they were just encouraging.
That's what they'll say anyway. We've had it all in this event so far.
There's a nice little run of points here by Surrey. 4-1 down, and they've managed to turn it around. 4 points in a row. That's out as well.
Yeah, the momentum is certainly with the Smashers now. They're within 3 points of victory. Still not using the power play. Maybe they'll get to within 2 points of victory before they use it.
Nice return there by Clarissa, just catching the top of the tape and dropping down.
Nottingham not going down without a fight.
Well, that will take them into close to the power point, yeah. And Effie's taking it. So this is match point. They win this rally.
Surrey Smashers. 7, match point 5.
Power play called then. It aided the Nottingham pair to winning the second game and getting level in this event.
Yep. Who can hold their nerve here?
I'll tell you what, that heartbeat makes me nervous, but the University of Nottingham pair have saved a match point. They've cancelled out the power play that the Surrey Smashers pair tried to convert into a match-winning point.
Yeah, they're doing very well here. They're not giving up. They're fighting every single point. They've done really well to get themselves back into this match. Yeah, but we've got another match point here. 2 more match points.
Match point 6.
They've saved 1 match point already. The University of Nottingham girls are going to have to save another couple more. And they're not able to. So that is game, and that is match to the Surrey Smashers pair. But it was a lot closer and a lot more competitive than we thought, especially as the home pairing went down 2-9 in the opening game. But it is the Surrey Smashers that take it, and they level the match night at 1 apiece.
Yes, it was expected that the Surrey girls would win that match, but the University of Nottingham girls did very, very well there. They really got into this match, and it was a really competitive match, and 1 or 2 points here or there, they could have taken it to the 5th deciding game. So they've got a lot to be proud of themselves about there.
Just to update you, looking across the scores across the NBL this evening, Team Derby are 2-0 up on the night over Milton Keynes. And we're just looking through to try and get you an update. It is Loughborough that are 1-0 up against Birmingham Lions at the moment. We'll try and keep you as up to date as we can whilst we keep you across all the action here at the Albert Hall Conference Centre in Nottingham, because it is non-stop in the NBL, isn't it? No sooner has one match come off The next match is straight on court. It's quick turnaround.
Yeah, and that's what's great about it. We don't want long pauses. We want the energy and the excitement to continue. We don't want long pauses in the game. We want the players to come straight on, get into it, and keep the atmosphere high. We don't want the atmosphere to drop. We want it to maintain it very high there. So this is as I say, this is a very exciting game coming up now. Two players who've been really in form in the NBL. Olga Konen for University of Nottingham and Surrey Ibergen for Surrey Smashers.
And here they come. That's Olga Konen. Born in Belarus, but is a current German international. She's been out for sort of 18 months-ish, really, with quite a lengthy injury, which has dropped her right down the rankings, which isn't necessarily reflective of her ability.
No, she unfortunately she suffered quite a severe knee injury when she was about 18, 19, and she's had a number of comebacks, but obviously sometimes, you know, when you have an ACL injury like Olga had, it can follow you your whole career, and unfortunately for Olga, she's a player who's got immense ability and immense talent, but she's just, unfortunately, that injury has just slowed down her career. But it's good to see her back here, and it's good to see her playing, because she's a very exciting, very talented player, and it's really a real shame when you see people of her ability, you know, to struggle with injuries.
Well, they both come into this match night with 100% records in the NBL, so something has got to give. They've only played once, actually, competitively. That was way back when, in 2009, good 6 years ago at the Dutch Open, and Olga Konen took that one to love.
Yeah, I don't think we can probably look too much into that. At the time, Soraya was just 15, so you know, that was a long time ago. I think this game is very, very tight. I would probably put Olga slight favourite just due to her experience, but I've been so impressed with Soraya so far in this NBL. I watched her last match against Karen Snarzer in the Surrey Smashers versus University of Derby match, and I was so impressed with the way Soraya played. She's a real fighter, and I think this is going to be a very exciting game. And just like the previous men's singles, I think this is going to be a 50-50 match, and I'm expecting a lot of high-quality play.
I'll leave you sitting up on that fence, John. As we've said, the NBL is so difficult to call that any time that anybody does make a prediction based on form or based on reputation or based on what you perceive to be ability, that it can quite often go the other way.
No, every time I've watched a match, I've got the result wrong every time, so I'm not even going to try anymore.
We're underway in the women's singles then. It's Olga Konen versus Soraya Ibergen.
1 love.
And it's the Surrey Smasher that takes an early advantage.
Love.
Tell you what, the quick turnaround is a little bit too quick even for people to nip out and have a comfort break. People are still spilling back into the arena here as Olga Konen gets her first point on the board of the evening. Oh, that's a clever little shot, that one. I like that.
Yeah.
3-1.
Olga Smash just wasn't accurate enough down the tram line, so Soraya was just able to block the shuttle cross court into the open space for quite an easy winner. But very skillful shot. She made it look very, very easy.
She's good to watch, Soraya. She's not quite as conventional, you'd say, as some of the other players.
Yeah, you will find that she's quite an attacking player. Every opportunity that she gets to shuttle overhead, she will tend to hit down and be very aggressive. And as I say, her style of play has really suited the NBL, which is quite an attacking, and she really fights very, very hard. So I'm expecting lots of hard smashes by Soraya. Yeah, Olga hasn't quite settled yet. It's an easy point to give away.
First real mistake from Surrey in this match.
3-5.
That one's dropped in.
Service over.
No, it's been called out.
Has it?
6-3.
Ooh. Another close one.
Yeah. Yeah, a few of the University of Nottingham team weren't too happy with that call, but I'm sure it was correct. He's in a better place than anybody.
Conan doesn't let it affect her.
No, she's very experienced, Olga. She's been on the international circuit for the last 8 or so years. Even though she's only 25, I believe, that she's been playing internationally since the age of 17. So she's used to these big crowds. It won't really phase her too much.
Just talk me through that long looping serve that she likes to employ, because we haven't seen it very much in this match tonight. Is it a thing that's a personal taste to her?
Well, yeah, obviously you've seen Surrey so far, always serving short with the backhand to try and maintain the attack. Olga's obviously using different tactics here to try and get Surrey right to the rear court. Sometimes, obviously, she's hitting the shuttle very, very high and very, very hard to the back of the court, which makes the shuttle drop down nice and steep, which makes the shuttle a little bit more difficult to attack. So obviously this is a tactic that Olga's going to try and use against Surrey to get her out of position right at the back of the court and try and open up the front areas of the court.
Clench of the fist for the first time this evening from Olga Conan. That was quite an important point, and it brings her back within touching distance.
Yeah, if she'd lost that rally, it would have been 8-5 down and very hard to get back into it. But she hasn't. To me, she doesn't look like she's quite settled yet. Surrey looks a lot more comfortable at this moment in time, but it's still very close. 6-7, now 7-0.
7-all.
Plenty of support in the crowd from University of Nottingham colleagues of the badminton team.
Great rally.
Wow, that's a really, really good point and a cruel way to lose it in the end.
Yeah, Olga was in control for 99% of that rally, but as I say, Surrey is a real fighter. I'm sure we'll see this. I've been very impressed when I've watched her play in the other NBL matches. She fights so hard. She never gives up.
It is game point to Surrey the Vish Ibergen. And it's rescued by Olga Conan, which means it's game point to both of them. And another very close contest so far.
8, game point all.
Yeah, Olga's just trying to get her feet going. She's obviously a little bit nervous. Sometimes when players do that, it's just obviously to show their opponent that they're really up for the fight. But sometimes it's because your legs feeling a little bit heavy, and she's just trying to relax a little bit more into this big point.
And it's a big point that's taken by the home favourite. Surrey de Vish Ibergen had a game point at 8-7. Conan rescued it to create a game point of her own, and she takes it to go 1-love in front.
Yeah, only time will tell how crucial that is, but Olga did very, very well to stay in that game. Surrey was on top for most of it, but Olga just used her experience, just believed in herself, and she managed to get over the line there. Got Neil White, the assistant coach there of University of Nottingham, just trying to encourage her. There's probably not too much he's going to be saying to her, just trying to keep her going, trying to keep her relaxed, and trying to remind her to start the second game really, really well.
again. Level. Play. Service over, 1 love.
Very good defence there by Olga, just to stay in the rally, and then as soon as she got the short lift, she attacked straight at Soraya to cut down the angles. It's very good play there. These are two very evenly matched players.
Of apology there from Olga Conan, but she won't mind one bit, however she gets another point on the board.
Yes, it's just a thing that badminton players do. They apologise for a good shot, but she won't be sorry at all. She'll be delighted.
She'll be delighted to convert that into a double advantage very quickly.
Yeah, Olga's already looking a lot more confident and comfortable in the second game. She looked a little bit nervous and a bit tense in that first game. But I think just by sneaking at 9-8, it's given her that little bit of confidence. Her shots and her movement are all flowing just that little bit better.
Soraya had a little slip there, and that one's come off the frame of her racket. It's not quite going for her in this game.
No. I think that first game was very important to the outcome of this first match. She's using that smash straight at Soraya with a lot of success there. She stopped smashing down the outside because we found a couple of times in the first set when she smashed down Soraya's forehand, she just cross-blocked it into the open space, and now she's decided she's got a little bit more success smashing the shuttle straight at Soraya. She's won 2 or 3 quick points that way.
As you say, though, she's a fiery and feisty competitor, and there's no way that she's going to let Olga Conan run away with this one.
No, she's that's probably her biggest asset, is that she just fights for every single point. There's a few times already in the NBL this year that she's looked down and out, and she's just fought and stayed in the match, and eventually took the win.
Service over, 6-2. Timeout play by Surrey.
Yeah, the Surrey Smashers head coach there, Hayley Adcock, has just decided she needs to just pass on a little bit of advice and support to Soraya, because at the moment Olga's looking really in control of this game. She's relaxed, and she looks on top now.
The score then in favour of Olga Conan. She's already 1 game to the good, having taken it on the very final point. She's just got a steely determination about her at the moment, Olga.
Yeah, she's got all the momentum and all the energy is with her at the moment.
There's that big looping serve again. And she starts it and constructs the point completely in her favour.
Yeah, as you say, she's a completely different player in the second game as opposed to the first game. She's really relaxed and doesn't look stressed at all.
Well, it's game point to Olga Konen because that one's come up short from Davishai Bergen, and this could be a runaway game for the University of Nottingham.
And that's in.
That's in, and that's game, and it's 9-2. So from 9-8 to 9-2, all the momentum with the home player, Olga Konen, at this stage.
Yeah, she's, as I said, she's completely a different player in the second set as opposed to first. She's relaxed, and that's what often happens when you win the first game. You relax, you don't feel the pressure so much. All the negative thoughts then are passed on to your opponent, and as I said, Soraya is looking a little bit lost at the moment. I'm sure Hayley's really doing her best just to encourage her, trying to get her to keep believing. She is a fighter and she's not going to stop, but she needs to get herself in the lead. She needs to get that 1 or 2 point gap, and then she'll get a little bit more confidence in herself, because at the moment she's looking a little bit lost out there. And as I say, all the energy's with Olga.
Play.
Good start.
Service over, 1-love.
Just needs to put particularly the last game out of her mind here.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, but she's just got to believe. She's just got to try and focus 1 point at a time, try and take this game. You know, she started off well now, and she's just got to try and small little battles, small little goals each game.
It's funny in this format because the momentum can shift so quickly, and it happens in such small doses that often you don't really notice it, because in the last game Olga Konen had all the momentum, but very quickly after the turnaround Soraya Davishai-Bergen could come out here, and if she strings together 3 or 4 points, it's all completely back in her favour.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the NBL format, is that games can really change very, very quickly.
Service over.
You know, she's now 3-1 up, and as I say, about 90 seconds ago you wouldn't have believed that she even had a chance to get back in this game, but as I say, that's the beauty of the NBL. Olga's staying in there. I'm sure she should use her power play at some stage in this game.
Both players covering every inch of the court there, and a good variety of shots on display. But it's 3-3. Olga Konen takes it.
Yeah, both girls are real good athletes.
Well, she started well in this game, but she's just drifted off a little bit.
Yeah, and as I suspected, that the power play is being used. Very good time now, not just for the 2 points, but also the pressure of not allowing Soraya to use her power play in this game. And at two games to love down, that's a real pressure. I think this will have a massive impact on this result of this match if Olga wins this point. Just catches the line. Small margins.
Very small margins indeed. I almost have to hesitate for half a second just to make sure that I've seen what the line judges have seen, but that could be a positive note for Soraya Davishai-Bergen now.
She's got to take that. She's got to take that, you know, that small bit of belief from winning a rally like that, because that was very crucial. If Olga had won that to go 6-3 up, I don't see a way for Soraya to get back in the match. But now she's won a couple in a row, and she's now taking the lead again.
Well, it's exactly the same shot that she just won the previous point with as well, so she's clearly spotted a bit of a gap or maybe a touch of a weakness on that side.
Mm-hmm.
And a clenched fist as that one.
That one just catches the line as well.
Just about catches the line. I don't envy the job of those line judges.
Oh, I don't know, they get the best seat in the house.
Well, Davish Ibergen in good control of that point and in complete control of this game at the moment.
Yeah, as I said previously, that it's probably Soraya's biggest strength in my book is that she's a real fighter. She never knows when she's beaten, and it's evident right now.
Olga Conan's not going away though.
No. Yeah, both players are very resilient, tough girls, and as I say, it's a real asset. You've got to have that competitive edge if you want to be successful within badminton. That's it. Yeah.
Well, she made a very last-minute judgment call there to play that it was the right decision, as we could see that was about to drop in, but ultimately it affected the return.
Yeah. I think it was more in hope that it was going to go out, and she realised at the very last minute it was going to drop in, so...
Again, another one of those cross-court shots, just about skims the line, and it awards game point to Soraya Davish Ibergen and away back into this event.
Yeah, she's really peppering Olga's forehand on that smash, and she's had a lot of success with it in this third game.
Doesn't quite find the line with that one.
Not that time.
Service over. 7.
Again, now Olga's got the demons in her head. She's just got to try and think, I've got to win this next point. It'll give me a match point. Not think about the game point for her opponent. Think positive thoughts.
Fault. Quinn.
Well, fault called, and Soraya Davish Ibergen does take the third game by 9 points to 7.
University of Nottingham Badminton lead by 2 games
Your
to 1.
prediction of a tiebreaker is there.
It's still there. They're still there. No, it's the only thing you can be certain about with these two girls is they're both going to fight. They're going to try. They're going to try their utmost in every single point. And I knew Soraya wouldn't go away. She struggled, especially in that second game, but she showed real character. And as I say, she showed that real competitive side of herself, you know, and you need that, and that's the most important thing, especially in a game of singles. It's just you versus your opponent. You can't rely on anybody else. No one else can do it for you. You've got to be competitive, and you've got to enjoy the fight, and Soraya definitely enjoys fighting.
I guess the thing about it being singles is you've got to make sure that you're not fighting against yourself out there.
Yeah, that's the battle. That's the battle. And that comes with experience. Even though Soraya's only 21, she really does have a strong mentality.
One love.
Yeah, as in the third game, Soraya's taken a 2-love lead, and it proved crucial to the outcome of that third game. And Olga's got to get herself in the lead again, because Soraya's building in confidence with every rally she wins.
Great shot from Olga there. That had Soraya try to twist and change direction, but ultimately it was too good for it.
Yeah, very good change of direction, as you say. Soraya played a cross-court shot, and then Olga counter-attacked it with another cross-court shot, just catching her by surprise.
Service over. 3-1. Timeout claimed by University of Nottingham Badminton.
Well, Soraya was very quickly putting the points together there to open up a bit of a lead, so no surprise that there's the timeout been called.
Yes, Neil White there, the assistant head coach of University of Nottingham, is just, I think they called out at the right time. Olga's just losing her concentration a little bit there, and probably more her confidence as well. You know, Neil's just got to try and keep her calm, remind her what she can do, and just, you know, get that self-belief back in her game, because the momentum has absolutely changed. Everybody in the hall can see that the momentum of this match has changed from the first two sets, and now Soraya is on top. But it's still not a lost cause in this fourth set. It's only 4-1. She can win the next couple of points, and she's really back in this game.
4-1. Play.
She comes straight out of the timeout. She looks a little bit more sprightly.
Yeah, she's just trying to G herself up and actually just show to her opponent that she's still in this fight. Now, as I say, the calling the timeout at the right time is absolutely crucial to the outcome of these matches, and so far it's proved very important. Yeah, missed opportunity there by Olga. She put herself in a very good position and probably missed the easiest shot.
Yeah, very nice from Olga Konen.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of that, but that was a really good shot. She just cut across the shuttle. She jumped out to her forehand side, just cut across the shuttle to bring it down very steep to Soraya's forehand. Very, very good shot. Yeah, and we definitely have a match again now, 5-all.
5-all.
Now Olga's looking the one with the most confidence.
For Soraya Divish, how well did she do to rescue that and just drop it back over the net?
I don't know how she got that back. That was incredible. She was out of it and just managed to get one more shuttle back. And as I say, that's just the resilience in the fight that Soraya has. Very, very good rally. Olga had to win that rally 2 or 3 times.
Well, great defence again, but you can only withstand so much.
Yes, very good attack by Olga. Olga's a very, very accomplished doubles player as well, and she showed her double skills there and her quick reflexes, and she really pounced on that last one.
7-5 to Konen, then just 2 points needed to take this event and put University of Nottingham back ahead on match night 5.
Service over. 6-7.
It's not going to be quite that clear cut though, is it?
By Surrey Smashers.
Divish Ibergen will take her power play with the idea that winning it will take her to game point.
Correct, yeah. That's absolutely the correct time.
Oh, and it's not far away from being just what she wanted, but in a game of such fine margins, it does twist around to give Olga Konen a match point.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in a strong position now, Olga. 2 match points. Wonder if she's going to get that high serve again. No, it's a short one.